Alright, season 1 of Hawkeye is finished up. Let's get into it. So, Hawkeye is the latest Marvel Disney Plus show, and it follows Jeremy Renner's title Avenger, along with Hailee Steinfeld's new character, Kate Bishop. This is set 1 year after Avengers Endgame, and this has to do with Clint Barton's past as Ronin. That little sequence in Japan where he's fighting the Yakuza in Endgame, that had a lot of consequences, and that is touched on in the Hawkeye series. What I liked about this is that this is much more grounded. It's not as ambitious. Of course, it's pulling from the other movies throughout the MCU, but this could very well be separated on its own. When it comes to the stakes of the movie, it's much more in line with the first Ant-Man movie, or maybe even Spider-Man Homecoming. So it's not some crazy wild crossover event. It's just a more grounded story. You could even compare it to the Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones in a couple different ways, actually. I do think Clint Barton, played by Jeremy Renner, is set up really well in this show. He may not be the best part of this show, sadly, but I'm very glad we got something about him. Kate Bishop is great. I knew right on paper when Hailee Steinfeld was cast as this character, apparently who was a popular fan cast, I knew she was going to do great, and she was great here. There are many other things I can't get into because of spoilers, but along with that, I feel like once you see some of these elements of the show, you know what is going to be a highlight of it. Granted, I do think the show started off just a little bit weaker, but it got incredibly strong as it went on. And also, no spoilers in this review, but there is an element thrown into here that is very exciting for a lot of people, including me. I'm really excited to see what this direction goes into. Lastly, I'd like to speak about Alaqua, her debut role as Echo in this show. There's already a show announced for this character, and this is definitely going to lead into it. And Echo is definitely a standout character in this show. I'm really excited to see what they do with this character next, mainly because she's one of the best parts about this show. Overall, I do think that out of the rankings of all the Disney Plus shows, this is going to be lower for a lot of people, but personally, I'm going to have it higher. This was light and fun when it needed to be, but also grounded and story-driven when it needed to be as well. I liked a lot of the characters here. They were all written really well. I think the direction was great. The action was pretty good too. And I do think that this is a nice Christmas gift and a good end cap to the MCU in the year 2021.